Isaiah. You don't like that. You don't like NBA basketball. And look at this. You don't like that. You don't like NBA basketball. Fox. Goodbye. If you don't like that, you don't like NBA basketball. The exclamation point from De'Aaron Fox. And it's all over. Now Rudy Gay. Look at that move. Oh, boy. Rudy Gay and a foul. Here in New York, and they love it.
It comes down to the end. Oh, no. Able to go baseline and stop. I didn't know he had.
Rudy! Oh, if you don't like that, you don't like NBA basketball. Rebound Cousins. Oh, my goodness! If you don't like that, you don't like NBA basketball. De'Aaron Fox, can he do it one more time? Yes, he can! Oh, boy! And we're going to overtime. Now it's Rondo numbers. Rondo! Rudy Gay, oh, if you don't like that, you don't like NBA basketball. Thomas accelerates. Here he is for the lead. Isaiah Thomas with 1 second left. Silences the crowd. No timeouts left. Scal for the win! Oh, boy! Evans. What a pass! Oh, if you don't like that, you don't like NBA basketball. Wow. Spinning, what a move! Oh, if you don't like that, you don't like NBA basketball. Oh, about Aaron Brooks! Oh, if you don't like that, you don't like NBA basketball. What a job by Brooks. Jimmer Fredette from downtown. Nice pass. Quincy mails it home with authority, but what a setup by Isaiah Thomas. Oh, Bielitsa put it in the book and send it to the line. Oh, boy. Here's Tyreke Evans. What a move and a finish by Tyreke. Oh, if you don't like that, you don't like NBA basketball. New Orleans actually called the timeout. Look at this, Thomas. He stole the ball. Salmons, yes. 99-98. Can you believe that, Jerry Reynolds? Block shot. For the Kings. Thomas. Oh, boy. And the Kings have come from 15 back and they lead it. It's his game. Stops, pops, and Rudy Gay, the big shot with 0.6 of a second left. Oh, boy. No timeouts. Cousins with a steal. Numbers. Cousins! Oh, boy! And it counts! Send it to the line for a three-point play. They love it here in Sacramento. And a steal on a bad entry pass by Johnson. McLemore. Oh! You don't like NBA basketball. And a chance to tie the game at the line. And they love it here in Sacramento.
And here's a three. You know what you like, Jerry, even though he's missed.
A little tougher. Oh, my goodness gracious. 21 for Bagley. They're on their feet here in Sacramento. Evans for the win. Yes! Tyreke Evans.
Just as good a year in his own.
Look out below. Oh, you don't like that. You don't like NBA basketball. Oh, if you don't like that, you don't like NBA basketball.
Just over 3 minutes left.
NBA basketball. Wow. Cousins for the win. Yes, it's all over. Cousins wins it at the buzzer. Cousins full out of stand. Look out below. Oh, if you don't like that, you don't like NBA basketball. Hey, let me tell you, we got some schoolyard basketball. We got some major to go home happy. It's all over here in Houston. They are stunned here in Houston. Buddy Hield. Oh, boy. The Kings come to Motown and they steal the
Pack 'em up and send them home, Grant Napear.
The Sacramento Kings have shocked the Detroit Pistons. Balance and in and out. Oh, you don't like that. You don't like NBA basketball. The 20-year-old comes flying through the air here in South Florida and gives the Kings the lead. Oh, boy. Tyreek at the hole. Oh, my goodness. If you don't like that, you don't like NBA basketball. As it's to Weber, look out below! A flying two-hand jam! Oh boy! Lays it up, no. Rebound, Divac, put back, no. Weber rebound, underneath, puts it up, good off the glass. Oh, if you don't like this game, you don't like NBA basketball. Around Nowitzki, drives hard to the basket, another dunk by Weber. He must think he's in practice. Chris Weber throwing him down at will. Weber's got that dirty, nasty look as he runs to the Kings bench. 98-97, Sacramento on your Kings radio network. The sizzling Bobby Jackson backpedals, looks at the crowd and says, take that. Seconds. Bogey for the win! Bogdanovich!
Pack 'em up and send them home, Grant Napear.
If you don't like that, you don't like Kings basketball. Oh, boy!
Live. What is up? It is Friday night. It's Woodscopes. I am so excited to be here tonight because we have someone who obviously does not need an introduction with this audience. Hello, everyone. I see the chat. You guys are great. If you can, before we go any further, hit the button to share. It's at the bottom. If you're watching on your PC, it's a little arrow pointing out of the little box. Click on that. Do Twitter. Do whatever. They have a lot of different options out there. Share it on Reddit. I want someone from Reddit to come in here and say, what's going on? I'm on Reddit and I saw this link. Tonight we got Grant Napear, who is he's a two-time Emmy winning award broadcaster. He spent 31 years as the main broadcaster for the Sacramento Kings. He is a frequent fill-in for the Jim Rome show. He played lacrosse for the Bowling Green, the Falcons. He hosts his own podcast, If You Don't Like That, with Grant Napear. He's on a few times a week on his podcast. It comes on whenever, like maybe a Thursday, whatever he feels like, I guess 2-3 times a week. If he's on the Listen app daily, if you have the Listen app, go look for Grant Napear. And on Monday, Wednesday, and Fridays, he's on YouTube Live with our boy Ryan in Sacktown and Sean Salisbury and Jerry Reynolds. I bring to you the legend, Grant Napear. What's up, Grant? Are you here? We're bringing him in. There's
He's coming.
a delay.
Little delay.
He is.
There he comes.
What's up, Grant? How are you tonight?
I'm doing well. Thanks for having me. How are you?
Dude, I'm so excited to have you on. I mean, I'm gonna rewind the tape a little bit. The first time, like, I was working at my job, and one of my buddies who listens to the Jim Rome show, he's like, hey, Jim Rome's not on today, but I called the local guys and they were talking Badger football, and I got some guy by the name of Grant, and he put me on the air, and I was like, dude, you were on the show with Grant Napear. He's like, yeah, dude, the King's voice. And he's like, so that was a Jim Rome. I was on the Jim Rome show. I'm like, you were on the Jim Rome show, dude. So that was pretty cool. But yeah, dude, you filled in for the Jim Rome show millions of times, and every time you come in, I am like, dude, this guy knows what he is talking about. Entertaining. I love to hear from you. Now you're doing your own podcast. Tell me what is going on now.
Well, my world's been turned upside down, obviously, the last 2 years plus. And I was like, okay, well, what am I going to do after doing the NBA for 32 years and being a talk show host for 26 years? I had so many people reach out to me and they go, hey, man, you should do a podcast. You should do a podcast. And you know what's interesting? I had never listened to a podcast in my life until the pandemic hit, when pretty much the world was closed down in the spring of 2020, right? So I'm taking you back to March, April, and May of 2020. Right. And I would just go out for long walks every day because the gyms were closed. You couldn't do anything. And I'm like, I got to get out of the house. And I started listening to podcasts out on my walks. And that was really my first introduction to podcasts. I never really listened to them. So, you know, I lost my career in June of 2020, and then probably July and maybe August. And people would say, man, we miss hearing from you. What are you doing? What are you doing? You need to start a podcast. And so in September, I decided I was going to start a podcast, and I called a couple of people, got some facts people. I didn't even know how to do it. I didn't know how to put the stuff out on the platform. I wasn't sure how to edit it. I wasn't sure what equipment I needed. So I was starting from scratch. And so, you know, I started my podcast in October of 2020. I just completed my 200th episode the other day. I've got a lot of guests. I talk about a lot of important issues, obviously sports. I have a daily show I do on an app called Listen App. I'm doing another show with Sean Salisbury now on YouTube Live. So I'm staying busy. Listen, is it what I want to do? I'm not going to lie to you. It's not what I envisioned, but you still have to make a living. You got to pick yourself up off the ground, and you got to get to work. So that's what I'm doing.
And it's fun too. I mean, these conversations I've talked to some greats. I mean, you are going to be on my list of greats. You know what I mean? And
not really.
I'm so excited about this. I mean, so like I started doing the research on Grant Napear. I mean, it's like this guy has been going 100 miles an hour since he was born. From what I read, and you could tell me a little bit more about this. You were listening to sports like in your bedroom on the radio, and you were doing by plays. Tell me about that.
I started doing play-by-play on the school ground at grade school probably when I was in 3rd and 4th grade. My elementary school was right around the corner from where I lived, and most of my friends took the bus to school. So they had to eat lunch at school. I and the others that didn't take the bus, you were allowed to go home to eat lunch. So I would run home, and I would make grilled cheese sandwiches on the grill right there. We had a little portable grill. I would gobble down my lunch, and I would run back to the schoolyard to reserve the basketball court for all my friends for when they were able to get out of lunch for recess. And so we would play basketball, and I would play basketball, and I would announce the game at the same time. And that's no BS. I was playing and announcing at the same time. And my play-by-play got to a point where when we got to middle school, whenever we had a class assembly that ran short, we were not allowed to leave until the bell rung. And so one day, everyone starts chanting my name. They go, Grant, Grant, Grant. And I'm like, they go, get up on the stage. You got to do a play-by-play. So I went up on the stage and I did a mock Knicks game or a Rangers game. I had commercials. Like to this day, I can still remember the commercials. Brought to you by Eastern Airlines, the wings of man, and the second largest passenger carrier in the free world. And by Ford, when Ford makes blah, blah, blah. So, it was, I would put commercials in. The Knicks back then were really good. They were the world champs. They had just played the Lakers. You had Jerry West, you had Elgin Baylor, you had Willis Reed, you had Walt Frazier. Wilt Chamberlain was the center for the Lakers. So I would do a Knicks Lakers game. I would put commercials, and I would keep on going until the bell rung. Sometimes that would be 5 minutes. Sometimes it would be 15 minutes, but I wouldn't stop. And that's why I had commercials. I would go, and there's a timeout on the floor. Now there's word from the F&M Brewers of Schaefer's Beer. When you didn't, so I would do the whole damn thing,
Oh my God, that's awesome. Okay. So so you're doing this. Did you know you wanted to go into broadcasting at that early age? Like, I gotta do this. It sounds like you
I
had some offers to go play sports at colleges,
Yep.
and you ended up going to Bowling Green because they have a broadcast, like a study there. Is that
Well, let me back up a little bit. When I was growing up, Marv Albert was the voice of the Rangers and the Knicks, and he also did the sports on Channel 4 in New York at night. And Marv was amazing. You'd be listening to Marv do a Knicks game, and then you would turn the TV on 45 minutes later to watch the 11 o'clock news, and there was Marv on the set doing the sports. And his play-by-play to this day, he's considered by most to be the greatest basketball announcer to ever live. He was also great at hockey. So I would listen to the games, and when I was in junior high school, I would bring the recording of the games in, and I had all the highlights marked. And before, first period, we were in homeroom. Me and my buddies would listen to all of the calls. But I went to Bowling Green actually on a lacrosse scholarship. I was a
right?
really good lacrosse player. And it also had a very good broadcast journalism school. But I've always told students this: you don't learn this profession in a classroom. You learn this profession by doing it. And I have been broadcasting games by myself really since I was a little boy. And I was fortunate to have that basic head start so that when I got to college, not to brag, because I was already an experienced play-by-play announcer. In my first year, I started doing Division I football on the campus radio station. I was able
Wow.
to do some hockey games. So I got right into it in addition to playing lacrosse. And it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, dude, that's impressive. Like, okay, so you're doing these hockey games and these football
Yep.
games at Bowling Green, and are you being noticed by people, or are you getting other opportunities because of this, or what happened from there?
I did an internship my junior year, which really turned my life around at a commercial radio station in Bowling Green.
Okay.
Small station. Obviously, Bowling Green's a small town, but this station did all of the football, all of the basketball, and all of the hockey. And part of my internship was he gave me two 15-minute sports magazine shows a week that I edited, produced, and hosted. His wife and he were just having a baby, and his wife did not want him traveling on long road trips for the hockey. So
All
hockey
right.
series in college were on Friday and Saturday nights. And
Yeah.
Bowling Green was a national powerhouse. Half of their team went on and played in the National Hockey League. So for instance, we would be going up to play a game in northern Michigan in the Upper Peninsula, 10-hour bus ride. And he would like, Napes, I want you to do the games this weekend. And I'd go to the station, I'd pack all of the equipment, double check, triple check. I would go to, Marquette, Michigan. We'd
Yeah.
have a game on Friday night. I would record the pregame. I would record interviews for in between the first and the second periods. I would do the postgame show. I would do the play-by-play. I was a one-man band. I didn't work with anybody. I did the whole games by myself from literally start to finish, including set up the equipment, taking it down, and I would do that on Friday and Saturday nights. And people back in Bowling Green were like, who is this kid? This kid is amazing.
Yeah.
And so I started doing a lot of the hockey games, not only my junior year, but my senior year as well. And my first love of play-by-play was not basketball. It was hockey. But I always tell students, don't just put yourself in a box and only do one sport. So I did football, I did basketball, I did hockey. And I would have gone to any of those opportunities. It's just so happened that basketball fell in my lap and I took advantage of it. But hockey's been the reason why I say hockey to me is the most challenging sport to announce. It fits my personality. I'm a hyper New Yorker. I
Yeah.
talk fast. I have the inflection of my voice. It's up and down, fast moving. And so hockey to me really was the sport that if you had told me I could write my ticket and do whatever I wanted to do, I would have chosen hockey.
And you would have been a Rangers guy, right? You'd have been like
Yeah.
Madison Square Gardens. I'm Grant Napear. What would be the line? I mean, you got the if you don't like that, you don't like NBA bat. What would your line be in the?
Oh, if you don't like that, you don't like the National Hockey League. Oh boy.
I love it, man. I love it. Okay, so now you're in Bowling Green, but what I read is that so you're gonna have to correct me if I'm wrong, because I
Yep.
read this and
Yep.
my memory is not always greatest, but you were in New York traveling back and forth to Toledo.
Yep.
And you were at a wedding. Tell me the story behind it. This is how you get the Sacramento
Sure.
job, right? I'm probably jumping a few stories
No.
here.
Well, real quickly. So after college, I got a job at the radio station that I was interning at. And that winter, Bowling Green made the California Bowl out in Fresno. And my dad's mixed doubles tennis partner, her husband owned a network called the Mislu Sports Network. It was ESPN before ESPN. They did a lot of the bowl games. And he had always told my dad, hey, if there's anything we can do for Grant, let me know. So Bowling Green makes it to the California Bowl, and it's on the Mislu Sports Network. So I call, his name was Vic Piano, and I speak to Mr. Piano, and he says, listen, I want you to call Bill Schwing. He's my executive producer. I call Bill. Bill, it's Grant Napear, blah, blah, blah. He goes, listen, he goes, we're having a meeting out at this hotel in Fresno on Friday night. Come to the meeting. Like, okay. Now, I was not going to broadcast the football game on radio, but I borrowed the money and I went out to Fresno. And I'm at this meeting. I'm at this conference table, and the meeting ends. And Bill looks at me and goes, now, who are you again? I said, I'm Grant Napear. I called you. And he goes, oh, yeah. He goes, now, what is it that you want? He said, you know, this is national TV, right? And I just can't let you on and do anything. I don't even know who you are. And I said, I completely understand. He says, but I am looking for somebody to do the halftime because I want to give my announcers a break. He goes, I want you to be at the stadium 3 hours before the game tomorrow. I'm going to give you an audition. And if you're good enough, I'll let you do the halftime. And if not, I said, I understand. I understand you're running a business here. I get to the stadium all dressed up. They're having technical difficulties. I can't do an audition. Man. So I'm standing in the broadcast booth in the back. First quarter comes and ends. Second quarter starts. 5 minutes left to go in the first half. I asked the stage manager, I said, hey, can you please ask Bill if I'm going to be doing the halftime so I can prepare? Literally 3 minutes to go. She goes, you're going to do the halftime. Bill wants you to interview the commissioner and you do some stats and highlights. Now, understand, I've never been on television before. Right. This is national TV. I've never been on TV before, but I've been practicing my whole life as if I've been on TV. Yeah. So I do the piece. At the end of the game, I'm walking out of the stadium and I'm walking by the TV truck. And it just so happens that Bill Schwing opens up the door as I'm walking by the TV truck outside the stadium. And he goes, Grant. He goes, holy F. He goes, we were so nervous when you came on. He goes, hey, you did a great job. Thank you. I wish you the best of luck, blah, blah, blah. I go back to Ohio. Toledo's 20 minutes away. A couple of months later, the sports director at the ABC station in Toledo goes, hey, Grant, man. He goes, I didn't know you did TV. I go, I didn't know I did TV either. He goes, listen, I've got 6 weeks vacation this summer. My weekend guy is filling in for me. Would you be interested in coming up and doing an audition to fill in on the weekends? I go, sure. And I remember it very well because I auditioned on my birthday, June 18th, 1983. I went up, I did an audition, never been in a TV station before. Yeah. And next day I get a call. Hey, they like your audition. We would like you to fill in, but we can only pay you $5 an hour. I'm like, no problem. Well, then the radio station I had been working at had been sold to a Spanish station format, and I was moving back to New York. So Mike Regai, the weekend sports anchor, would call me up sometimes on a Thursday night, and he would go, Napes, can you work this weekend? I need you. I'm like, yep. I get in my car. I would drive 550 miles. I would stay at the guy that owned the radio station, Glenn, at his house in Bowling Green. And I would produce, I would get the camera. I would be at the Tiger games. I would be at the Toledo Mud Hen games. I'd be getting all my highlights, college football, whatever the case may be. And I would produce and anchor the sports Saturday night, Sunday night, wake up Monday morning, drive back to New York. And I did that for about 7, 8, 9 months until I could get a resume tape. And that's how I ended up in Decatur, Illinois for 3 years. Now, if I'm going on and on, tell me to shut the hell up.
No, I'm loving it. You just keep going. Okay. Hey, you're taking my job away. I was making it easy for me.
All right. So I start sending out tapes. And I was at that time, that summer, I was living with George McPhee, who right now is the president of the hockey operations for the Vegas Golden Knights. Well, when George left Bowling Green, George was the Hobie Baker Award winner, which is the Heisman Trophy of college hockey. And George was playing for the New York Rangers. So I'm like, holy shit, my best friend's playing for the Rangers. And so George and I were living together in Bowling Green that summer. And we'd get up early in the morning and I would help him train, spot him on weights. I would time him on the track and I would work out with him, but I couldn't. But anyway, so I'd sent my tapes out and I get a phone call from this news station, and I call him back because I wasn't in. It was on the answer machine, and I call up, and the News director's name is Dick Westbrook. I go, Dick, how are you? My name is Grant Napear. He goes, Grant. He goes, listen, I just had my sports guy leave today. I just looked at your tape. Can you come here for an interview? I go, yeah. Got in my car, drove from Bowling Green to Decatur, Illinois. I accepted the job for $12,300. I was going to be the weekend sports anchor and a news photographer during the week until they had the budget to make me full-time sports. So listen to this. I would go out during the week and I would shoot car accidents. I would be at fires. I would be at city council meetings with the camera on my damn shoulder until I become full-time sports. So I did that for 3 years. I take off the 4th of July. Listen, I take off the 4th of July weekend in 1987, right around the 4th of July. Yeah. And I'm at this wedding and this guy comes up to me and goes, Grant Napear. I'm like, yeah. He goes, hey, I'm Barry Baker. I'm the vice president of Copper Communications. We have an opening in Sacramento. Send your tape out and tell them I told you to send it. I send the tape out Monday morning. I get a call Thursday. All right. I fly out to California Monday. I accept the job in Sacramento as the sports director at a independent TV station in Sacramento, Channel 31. I'll get a load of this. $25,000 a year was my salary. But I'm thinking, shit, I just increased my salary by $10,000. Oh, and by the way, I'm going to a state that has palm trees. I was from New York and I was in Ohio. Listen, when you're from that part of the country and you see palm trees, you're like, oh shit, I died and went to heaven. You know what I mean? Yeah. So can I curse on this program or no?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Oh, okay. F and A. So, so I took the job and 6 months after I was in Sacramento, I walk in on Christmas Eve to the general manager's office, whose name is Bill Walsh, not the late football coach.
Yeah.
If Bill's not there, there's another guy in the office on Christmas Eve. I go, oh, I'm sorry. He goes, no, come on in. He goes, come on in. He goes, hi, I'm the new general manager, L.H. Rushinsky. I go, oh, wow, nice to meet you. We talked for like 20 minutes. He came from Miami and he was going to be taking over and he had big plans for the TV station and he really liked me, blah, blah, blah. And we became good friends.
Yeah.
March of that year, he calls me back into his office. He goes, Grant, have you ever announced basketball before? I said, yes, since I was about 7 years old. Yeah. He goes, stop shitting me. Have you ever announced basketball before? I said, I'm being serious. Yes, since I was about 7 years old. He goes, okay. He goes, well, listen, we're trying to get the Kings contract. And if we get it, I would like for you to be the TV announcer, but it's not up to me. It has to be approved by the Kings. 2 months later, he calls me back in the office. He goes, I got good news for you. He goes, we won the rights to do the Kings for the next 3 years. We're having a meeting next week, and I'm going to ask them for approval to have you be the TV announcer. Now, it just so happened that previous winter in December, I had sent a handwritten note to the general manager of the Kings, Joe Axelson, thanking him for how great the organization was to me as just a member of the media in Sacramento. Yeah. And they were great. And I was blown away at how they treated me. And so I said, hey, Joe, you probably don't even know me. I'm the new sports director at Channel 31. I just want to thank your organization for being so hospitable to me. I'm new in town. I came from Big Ten country, and I hope your fans realize how lucky they are to have this franchise in Sacramento because the atmosphere here is even greater than it was in the Big Ten. So I write that letter in December, having no idea in a million years that I might be doing the Kings game someday. So the final, LA calls me in the office a week later, and he goes, guess what? I go, what's that? He goes, you're the new TV announcer for the Sacramento Kings. And I got numb all over my body.
I'll bet.
I literally, the first thing I did, I walked out, I went to a phone and I called my dad, and my dad and I broke down on the phone together because my dad has been taking me to games since I was 3 years old.
Yeah.
And to think that like, wow, I was going to be a NBA announcer. I think my dad took more pride and joy in it than I did. Like my dad literally broke down on the phone. It was probably like the most amazing phone call that I've ever had. And so that started. So I started doing the games in 1988 and I did the games until 2020 when I lost my career for saying all lives matter, every single one. But I had a great 32 years of it. I'd started doing the games when Kareem played, Magic, Worthy, Bird, that whole era. Obviously got to see the Michael Jordan at Chicago Stadium and do all those games, and then Kobe and LeBron. I mean, so I'm blessed. I've had a blessed 32 years. And as you,
for sure,
filling in for the Jim Rome show, was great. I also got a chance to do the San Jose Sharks in the National Hockey League for a couple games, so it fulfilled my dream there. I did the Raiders on TV for 5 years. So listen, I'm blessed and I'm grateful. And again, I'm sorry for like speaking for 15
No, I
minutes.
love it. I love it. This is what
but
I wanted.
I wanted to give you a synopsis of like
This is it.
Like so think about this. If I failed on the halftime show at the California Bowl, Jim Tishy, the sports director at Toledo, would have never asked me to audition. If I had messed up the audition, they would have never asked me to come in for $5 an hour and fill in on TV. Had I not gone to that wedding in Decatur, Illinois that weekend, I would have never known about the job in Sacramento, would have never, ever ended up in Sacramento. And so you think about all the things, I almost feel like I was destined, like I was meant to be
totally
doing this, you know?
I believe in that stuff. Like I mean, how many people would have said $5 an hour? Nah, that's right. Or I got to drive back and forth. Nah, that's right. You
10 hours.
grinded and dude, it's the fruit of your labor that's put you where you're at. And I listened to some of those games that you called. I'm not a big NBA guy myself, but
yeah,
I love to hear an announcer get, because that it's like when you watch a movie and you get a Hans Zimmer or James or John Williams adding the music to the movie makes it so much better. The announcers are that for any sport, and yeah, dude, I love your work.
Thank you.
I'm proud of everything you did. I hate to see that it went down because of how it went down. And before I get into that, people are going to be like, oh, here goes 12 would be no political. No, this is not going to be a political rant. I'm going to walk on eggshells here because I know how sensitive these kind of topics are. My theory behind the whole thing, if Martin Luther King Jr. was walking the planet, he would have said exactly what Grant Napear said when
Correct.
Cousins said, what do you think of Black Lives Matter? All lives matter. What was Martin Luther King Jr.'s most famous saying? That all men are created equal. And what you said was parallel to that 1000%. And when I heard you got fired for that, I didn't know you at all, but I was livid.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people were. So tell me about that whole story.
Well, first of all, my dad was a civil rights activist, and I grew up in a house where we were taught and educated on equality, and my dad preached it, and we lived it every day. A quick story, Chris Russo, who is extremely famous now, you see him on First Take with Stephen A. Smith and has his show. Chris was over my house. Mad Dog. Chris and I grew up together, right around the corner from each other. And Chris was at my house, and we were watching a baseball game. We were 9 years old. Chris was an only child. His mom was from England. His dad was a New Yorker, very strict, very, very strict. But his dad was, again, now we're talking about the 60s now. And Chris went over my house, and we're watching a game with my dad. And Chris used the N-word. And I'm like, oh, boy. And my dad goes, Chris, come here. And my dad took Chris to another part of the house. And they were gone for 15 or 20 minutes. And I knew what the conversation was about.
Yeah.
Chris came back, and we ended up watching into the baseball game. Now, fast forward to 1995. I'm starting my radio show in Sacramento, and one of the first guests I had on was Chris. And Chris at that time was huge with Mike and the Mad Dog in New York and Sports Talk, where Chris was everywhere. And Chris goes, Grant, how's your dad? I go, hey, my dad's good, thanks. He goes, oh, my God. He goes, I love your dad. And he goes, I never told, and this is on my radio show. He said, I never told you this before. He goes, do you remember when I was at your house and I was watching the baseball game and I used a word that I should not have used? I said, I sure do. He said, your dad changed my life that day. Now think about that. Your dad changed my life that day. So what you just talked about in leading into this story, you don't want to be political. No. You know what we need to have in this country? We need to have more dialogue. And we're not all the same. We come from different backgrounds. We come from different ethnicities. All lives do matter. Every single one. That's how I was raised. I'm a Unitarian Universalist. We have 7 principles in our religion. And the first principle of my religion is the inherent worth and dignity of every person. That's one of the first things I learned in my life. The inherent worth and dignity of every person. First principle in my religion. I'm not very religious, but I've always had that as the mantra of who I am and how I like to lead my life or live my life. And it's based on my father. So think about my dad, who was able to make an impression on a young boy who did not know any better because he heard that word in his house. And we're in the 60s. He didn't know any better. He didn't have anyone to say, Chris, you can't say that. And for him to come on my show, to me, to this day, I'm 63. It's the greatest thing that anybody has ever said to me about my dad. That at that age, my dad could impact someone's life. Now, I'm going to read something to you because I had a feeling that you were going to ask me these type of questions. Didn't know, but I thought. So this past week on my podcast, I don't know if you know who Zuby is. I didn't know who Zuby was. Zuby is a rapper, a musician, author. He's got almost 1 million followers on Twitter. Somebody sent me a screenshot of what Zuby put out on Twitter this week, and I want to read this verbatim. Black lives matter, white lives matter, all lives matter. These phrases essentially mean the same thing if interpreted literally. All are self-evidently and uncontroversially true. The fact people fight or get upset by this shows how emotionally incontinent our society is. All right. That was the first tweet. That was the first tweet. All right. So I read that. And then he went on and said this: Black lives matter because all lives matter.
Yep.
White lives matter because all lives matter. All lives couldn't matter if black or white lives didn't matter, in parentheses or any others. Now think about that paragraph for a minute.
Strong.
All lives couldn't matter if black or white lives didn't matter. Stop being dumb and dividing over basic stuff we already agree on. I've seen a lot of stuff over the last 2 years and 4 months. I've read a lot of things. I've talked a lot about this on my podcast. The way Zuby put that in writing makes more sense to me than anything. Now, there are going to be people that are watching this that I'm going to get a message on social media, and here's what they're going to say: Grant, you still don't get it. And my retort is, no, they will. Yeah. And my response is, no, you don't get it. The fact that somebody like myself, who, by the way, started a foundation in the early 2000s called the Future Foundation of Sacramento. And oh, by the way, what we did, we took underprivileged at-need students beginning in 10th grade, and we mentored them. My foundation mentored our students, and we paid for a 5-year state-funded education. Now, we've had students go to Stanford. We've had students go to UC Davis. We've had Stanford. We've had our students go elsewhere, and we're able to get them grants in addition to our financial aid. I hate keeping score, but I had to do this. We had sent, in my years of my foundation, 104 at-need underprivileged students through college and mentored them. Okay. 35 of our students were people of color. I say people of color because I've learned in the last 2 years there are Black people that don't want to be called African American. There are Black people that don't want to be referred to as Black. They want to be referred to as African American. There are Black people like I've met in Miami that are, I thought they were African American or people. They said, no. I go, well, I'm sorry. If we were having a conversation and I was going to talk about your ethnicity, would I say Black or would I say African American? They go, no. I'm not Black and I'm not African American. I'm Latin. I'm like, oh, I grew up in Panama. And I'm like, oh, okay. And they explained all of that. And so we in America, when we see a Black person, we feel, and I'm talking about white people, we feel that the proper phrase is African American. No. There are many, many Black people in this country that are not African American, and they don't want to be referred to as African American. And so, again, this is all part of the dialogue. But how anyone could take what I said, all lives matter, every single one. Wouldn't you think, okay, now wait a minute. Here's a guy that's been in the community for 32 years. He's never had any issues. No one's ever accused him of anything to do with racism, blah, 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 blah. He has a foundation where he has sent over 100 students to college, many of whom are minorities. Many of our students were Hispanic. They were Black. They were Asians. We only had a handful of white students. Wait a minute. Should we not put the brakes on? Maybe we should just sit down with him and go, Grant, what did you mean by all lives matter? Every single one. Do you know that nobody that was never asked of me, Grant, why did you do that?
we're talking
Everyone wanted to cancel. It was cancel culture. It was like,
exactly.
oh no, we have to do this to Grant, the radio station, Bonneville International, based out of Salt Lake City, owned by the Mormon Church. Oh no, we need to use Grant as our scapegoat to look at, so Black Lives Matter can look at us and say, hey, don't get mad at us. We just fired a guy that said all lives matter. So we're on your side. That's what happened here. I was used as the sacrificial lamb to show Black Lives Matter. Oh no, we're on your side. See, we just terminated the guy that said all lives matter.
It's embarrassing. It's to see. I mean, because we all lives equal, in my opinion. This is how I see it. And as a race, as Americans, we should be fed up with this, because if we want to have equality in this country, we should there shouldn't be any sacrificial lambs for any organization, and it's bad. You and I are both friends with the Ryan and Sacktown.
Yep.
And he told me the story about how hours before you went, like they you got Cousins who sent you that tweet, who kind of it was basically a bait for you to say something. And then hours before you went on the Monday morning show, if I'm getting the story right, this is what Ryan told me, that you were called and said not to come in, basically.
20 minutes before my show. I was prepared to do my show because of the pandemic. I was broadcasting from home. My show began at 3 p.m. I had been on the phone that day with my co-host, Doug Christie, and my producer, Jay, and the program director about how I was going to handle this and what I was going to say. And I said, hey, I'm going to go on the air and I'm going to speak from the heart the way I've always done. My audience knows who I am. I've been on the radio every day talking to my fans for 26 years. They're waiting to hear me and they want me to talk. And I'm going to come in there. I'm going to come on the radio and I'm going to talk. And at 2:40, I got a phone call from the general manager stating that I was put on an administrative leave. And I begged him. I said, you can't put me. I need to go on and I need to talk about this.
Yeah, right.
And he said, I'm sorry, the decision has been made. We're not letting you on the air. You're on administrative leave. And I'm like, wow, 26 years, the audience that I have, the bond that I have with my audience, and they're not letting me go on the radio again. Yeah. I mean, I'll never forgive them for that. Never.
Yeah, that's a shame. It's a shame. That's the best. That's the nutshell. It's a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm sorry to hear that. I know that you just like everything in your life, you picked up your cross and just kept on moving on, dude. It's now you're doing your podcast, you're crushing it. Tell me about your podcast really quick. Who are some of your most highlighted guests you've had, and what kind of stories they tell you?
Well, the first guest I had on my show was Charles Barkley, and I just thought, well, that's pretty good way to start off my podcast. Yeah, right. Charles was one of the first people to call me after everything went down. Charles didn't even have my number. He reached out and got my number because he wanted to talk to me.
Love
it. And Charles told me some things that really that hit me. And the one thing he said to me, he goes, I just want to let you know, I've been in the league as long as you have, and I work with a lot of people. And I've never heard a bad thing about you from anyone. Not once have I ever heard anyone say a bad thing about you. And I'm like, Charles, you know what? I really appreciate. And I was at an all-time low, that
right.
week. I mean, I was really down. And that phone call really made me feel better. But Charles was my first guest. I had Dusty Baker on. Dusty was great. We talked about playing in the Deep South in the 60s, and we talked about playing with Henry Aaron, and we talked about what it was like being a young black man going from California to the Deep South. And he shared a story. He said, boy, he goes, my first year in the minors was hard. He goes, to give you an example of what it was like when we used to stop at a restaurant, our team, we were not allowed to get off the bus. The black players had to stay on the bus, and the white players would have to bring us our food. And I'm like, wow. He goes, 1969. He goes, we were not allowed to get off the bus to go into the restaurant in the Deep South. And I'm just like, and I after he gave me this incredible answer talking about race, here was my follow-up question. I go, well, Dusty, let's fast forward to 2020 now, because I had him on in December of 2020. I said, let's fast forward to 2020. Are things better in this country now? And he said, in some cases they are, but in many cases they're not. And he gave a very interesting answer. And I'm like, how sad is it that here we are in the 20s and we still have so many problems with racism and racial issues in this country? And really, how sad Martin Luther King Jr. would be if he were here today to see the lack of real progress in this country. But Dusty was great. I've had on all the network announcers pretty much, from Mike Breen and Iron Eagle, and announcers like that. I've had former and current NFL. I had Will Clark on talking about the Giants. I've had Hall of Famer Brian Urlacher on. I've had I've had a whole gambit. Steve Sachs was on talking about playing for Tommy Lasorda after Tommy passed. Mickey Hatcher also came on with me to talk about his relationship with Tommy Lasorda and playing in the Dodgers in that World Series and the famous Kirk Gibson home run. And so, I've had a lot of different guests, and again, over 200 episodes. I can't name them all, but it's been very rewarding for me. As you said, this format is great because we can spend as much time as we want. And when I decided I'm going to give you a 5-minute run-on answer, you don't have to worry about looking at your clock because you got to get to a commercial.
No, I love it.
So I like this format. It's good,
It's good. It's good. I love it. This right now has got to be one of my favorite conversations I've ever had on the Woodscopes. I am loving this. No doubt about it.
Wow.
Ryan in Sacktown, since he's a huge Grant Napear fan, wanted to come on and say hi. Before we do, I wanted to say, because I forgot to mention this before, I saw when we were talking about Mad Dog, I saw a quote from him, and it said Grant Napear does not have a racist bone in his body.
He would know.
He's right.
Well, he grew up with me. He grew up with me. He saw how I was raised.
Well, and your dad.
He saw my father and mother and how we were raised. And, not to get on a tangent, but, the March on Washington in the early 60s at our church in New York, which I was too young to remember, but my dad by himself got 15 busloads, school buses, filled with people to go to the March on Washington, many of whom were white, by the way. But my dad didn't care what your ethnicity was. He didn't care what your religion was. My dad cared about whether you were a good person or not. And if you were a good person, you were going to be in his life. If you weren't a good person, he was going to try to change you into a good person. But if he couldn't, then he would move on. So.
We still live?
That's on his end.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
So right now, let's bring in Ryan in Sacktown. We'll have him ready in case Grant comes in.
I do have. I wanted you to, when you said Urlacher, I was hoping that you would ask him maybe for an Aaron Rodgers story since you're a Packer fan. Oh, Grant's back.
Grant's back. Okay.
You got me. So my brother, long story, my brother could have worked anywhere in the country, and my brother ended up teaching math for 35 years at a high school, a low-income community on Long Island, Freeport High School. The enrollment was 90% Hispanic and Black, and my brother taught math for 35 years. You would say, okay, well, why? Well, that's the way we were raised. That's why I started my foundation. We've always been about, hey, we need to help out people that are less fortunate than us. If we have the ability to help out this person, that person, this person, doesn't matter their religion, their ethnicity, we don't care. That's how the Napiers were raised. So when Chris says that, Chris knows.
He's
Chris
not
knows
lying.
how I was raised.
It took me 5 minutes to realize this is 100% true. I mean, no, let me take that back. 150% true. This guy is, Grant Napear is a legend. Grant, can we bring in Ryan?
Yes.
He would die to just come in. I know you guys.
I have a quick request, Grant. One of our audience members, Mark Moda, wants you to take your hat off because you shaved your head for charity. There you go. There you go. Thank you.
Any relation to Ron Howard? No.
I've heard that before. I wish my bank account was related to Ron Howard.
Yeah, right. All right,
there's Ryan in.
We got his audio. What's up, Ryan?
What's up, gentlemen?
Hey, you're crystal clear.
Yeah, I know. Grant, can you believe it?
I think we lost Grant now.
Yeah, he froze.
All right. Well, Ryan, I was going to bring this up too. I forgot to ask Grant this. Grant, you might know the answer to this one. No. Oh, okay. I remember. Okay. There is a famous Hollywood actress that you have something in common with. Let's see if the chat could guess what it is. And I don't even know if you know what it is.
No idea.
Natalie Portman.
No.
No clue?
Red hair.
No.
All right. You guys could guess in the chat. We'll see if anyone gets it right. And I'll let you know what it is here in a few seconds. Ryan, any follow up on the conversation me and Grant? That conversation. I'm going to record that, put it on YouTube. It's going to be something I watch probably every month. It's going to be great.
Yeah, no follow-up. Great conversation. The only thing I would add is a big Grant Napear fan. Come on, brother. I'm a fan of Grant. I mean, obviously, growing up watching him or listening to him, I should say. But what I am a bigger fan of is how he pays it forward.
Yeah.
And everything he said before about, his foundation and even with other people trying to break into this space, he really does pay that forward and he is who he is. So this isn't like, hey, I'm a groupie. Thanks for making it seem that way, 12. But just awesome. Like, what you see is what you get, and this has been one of your best episodes by far.
How did you guys meet? Because I know, like, when I first met you, Ryan, you're like,
Yeah.
I talked to Grant Napear. I'm like, okay. And
You
then
know what? He
it's
just
true.
reached
You
out to
talked
me.
to Grant Napear.
He just reached out to me. I mean, right, Ryan? You just reached out to me, and I got back to you.
No,
And
Grant, you
right?
don't remember?
Well, no, but you called me. You used to call me and everything. But
Yeah.
when we after I lost all my jobs, when we started, our friendship. Now, you reached out to me on social media, did you not?
Yeah, no, I did.
Right.
So I was one of your callers, as you said.
Yes, of course.
And then Rome came to Sacramento,
Yep.
and you've got Peja Stojakovic, you got Uriah Faber, all these people in the studio, Vlade, and I went on with Rome for 5 minutes. And the second you walked in the studio, because I was wearing Seahawks gear, and Jim had brought that up, you came up to me and you're like, you did a really, really great job.
Is that right? He was there for that too?
He was on the
Yeah.
show.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah,
it
it
was
was
on
your
the show.
station. Yeah, it was your
Yeah, it was
station.
on
Okay.
the show. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
So yeah, and then it just grew from there. Yeah. I did reach out to you and I said, hey, would you be willing to come on? And it just went from there, and tried my best to support Grant shows and be a part of them as much as he lets me.
Now,
And yeah, he's been great. There's another guy in Miami, Nando, that he has helped out as well. So yeah, that's kind of how it went. Grant, you see it any different?
No, I see it the same way. I've always tried to help out people that are aspiring broadcasters that are looking for tips and help. And I told the story recently that, when I began my podcast in October of 2020, I reached out to an individual and he was great. He edited my shows for me until I learned how to do it. He distributed my podcast on the platforms, which, as we all know, is as easy as 1, 2, 3. But I didn't know how to do it. He walked me through everything. And until I could become a one-man band, told me what equipment to buy. And so regardless of what you're doing in life, you need help. You can't really do it by yourself. And when students or young people or aspiring broadcasters reach out to me, I've always felt like, hey, part of my responsibility, part of my platform is to help out others. So I've always tried to do that, and I will continue to do that.
that's awesome. Yeah, and when I watch your podcast and you bring Rhino in, I'm like, see, Ryan and I, when we talk, it's like boys, we're like, we joke around with each other. This guy actually knows sports. I'm impressed. Like, good job, Rhino. Good job, dude. So Natalie Portman.
Yeah.
You guys went to the same high school.
Oh, really? Wow. Syosset High School? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Really? I clicked on your high school and I looked at the notable people and I was like, there we are.
What year did she graduate?
Oh, I have no clue. No clue. I can't even tell you what movie she's in. I'm sure everyone's gonna laugh at me for that, but that was the answer to that question.
Okay.
Grant Napear, dude, I love you for coming on. You are a gentleman, a scholar. Anything you would like to add? Actually, there's one thing I want to add before I let you go.
Yeah.
Can you say your famous line, if you don't like that, you don't like the Woodscopes?
If you don't like that, then you don't like the Woodscopes. Oh boy.
That's gonna go on my pinned tweet. Everyone is gonna see that. I love you, man. Thanks for coming on.
Thank you, man. And I know you have a lot of clones that watch you. I just want to say thanks to them. They were phenomenal to me when I used to fill in and host in the jungle, man. I love you guys and gals. You're awesome. I have, like, to me, it's freaking amazing the fan base that Jim has been able to develop over the years. And the word I use is devoted. You all are so freaking devoted to Romy and his show. And I tell you, I used to love going in there. I used to love working with Alvy. And when I was there with Jay Stu in the beginning, and then Adam Hawk, and of course, all the guys that have now moved on. But Alvy is still there. Alvy's the best, man. He was so nice to me. And I used to, when they started the simulcast, I used to go down to where the studio is in Southern California, and finally had a chance to meet Alvin in person and meet everybody. And the people in that little network, and Craig Kitchen, who runs the whole show, has been great to me. So I just want to say hello and thank you to all you clones, man. You guys are the best, and you have a special place in my heart. You really do.
Grant Napear. Thank you, brother.
Thank
you. It's been
an
honor. I'm going to ask you to do this again in the future for sure.
Anytime.
All right, man.
Anytime.
Have a great weekend. God bless you, brother.
Guys. Bless you too.
All right. Dude, good interview. Look, he's still with us. He might as well just stay with the rest of the episode. All right. So
they're in the waiting room. I didn't know if you wanted Ryan to stay or not.
Can you guys hear Horace? Horace, you go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. I put Ryan in the waiting room. I didn't know if you wanted who you want now.
All right. So now we got, but okay, before we go on, that was a great episode. If you guys want to share that, I think we're going to have this episode available on Twitch for 2 weeks. And I think, Horst, you're going to be able to transport it over to our YouTube channel too.
Yes, sir. It'll be over there before it drops off of Twitch. It'll be over there.
I thought you were going to say, nay! Get it? Because you're sorry. All right. So yeah, now we're going to do, is everyone in the waiting room that we need?
We have Liz, we have Seawood, we have Ryan.
What about Dave?
We have no Dave.
No Dave. All right. Let me send Dave. Okay, bring Liz in really quick then. What's up, Liz? I'm sorry. I'm texting Dave because I think he forgot. Do we have audio from Liz?
Hey, what's up?
What's up? So you decided let's do something fun. Hi, my name is Liz. 12, what can we do? That's not how you talk, but can we do something fun in your show where we take photos of your viewers as children and you have to guess who they are? I'm like, dude, that would be freaking cool. That's kind of how the conversation went, isn't it?
Yeah. Pretty much.
How's your day going?
Oh, busy. It's been a busy couple of days. I sent you a video. My son is in a play that started last night, and he's amazing, like the star,
talented. Like
one day you'll have him
related to you. Oh, he must have been adopted. Okay, that makes sense now.
They mixed him up at the hospital.
The kid has got some talents. He's going to be a super famous actor someday. Him and
he'll be on here.
Land can start doing commercials together. That's how he get a start. That's how Bodie will end, and how your son will start. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Kids are the future, right? He's a great kid. He really is. He's got a wonderful heart. And I love the interview with Grant Napear. I thought it was great.
Dude, we could have gone on forever. I had bullet points I haven't touched on, and I felt like I was keeping him too long. But I felt like he was also enjoying the conversation.
Yeah,
and that he might have wanted to go on because he kind of said at one point that he was going to do 5 minutes or something. It's like, I think we're an hour into this now. So I kind of wanted to let him loose, but bro, Grant Napear. I mean, Grant Napear.
That was awesome.
When I started reading stories about the guy, I was like, oh, this is going to be a good conversation. And the shit.
I love the way he talked about his dad.
Oh yeah, me too. Like we all love that. The dad, like a character in a movie or something.
Yeah.
The Wonder Years dad or something. Except that wasn't always the greatest. The greatest dad in television is, I don't know. Who's the greatest dad?
The dad
Al
from
Bundy.
Family Ties.
Al Bundy.
The dad from Family Ties, I think.
I got that song in my head. Show me the butter. Ooh, show me the butter. I don't know the lyrics. I should know the lyrics.
I don't know.
I'm an 80s child.
But I like
Brady.
The fact that
Mike Brady was the dad of all. I mean,
but he was gay.
Do not in the show.
Well, who cares?
He,
He wipes it all out.
he was really into his 3 boys.
Oh, here we go.
Oh,
Here we
wow.
go.
Wow, every
We were
single
hitting
time.
such a positive note.
Every single time.
It was all so
Greatest
positive.
dad, Peter Griffin, right?
I think
What?
it's the dad from
Tony
Family
Soprano
Ties.
from the Seawood. Seawood, I'm
Okay.
sorry to keep you in the waiting room, but your side guest.
Okay,
is
so
not-
yeah, let's do what we're gonna do, right?
yeah. So
Okay.
I got nothing from Dave, so we're gonna do this with horse, but we'll do your section first, and then we'll go back. So what we're gonna do, people, you guys heard the preface where I said, "Hey, 12, I got an idea. They're taking photos
so
Shaq,
babies.
and then you gotta guess who they are." And I was like, "That's a brilliant plan. Let's do it." All right, so here we are. Horse, you are the navigator here. You're gonna put someone up on my shoulder here, on my right shoulder.
It's gonna be over
Yeah,
there.
that shoulder. Put it up here,
Look at
like
that.
right here.
You know what? I'm not gonna be able. I don't see the pictures, but just
You'll
describe
see
the
'em.
pictures.
Are you not watching the
know.
feed? It'll show up.
All right.
Okay,
So
8-second
if
delay.
if this is you over here, do not say that's me, because that would just be bad.
Okay,
So
now I see.
everyone
Now I see.
here, start guessing who this person is. I don't know. Blow it up a
What
little
is it?
bit, dude.
What is that? What is that?
What are the options?
Oh, there's
Or
a
do we have
multiple
options?
choice?
Well, I mean, how
No,
many?
don't-
We got 10.
Don't
so-
show the ones at the bottom. Don't look at the ones at the bottom.
I
All
can't
right, I
see
can
that.
move that.
I can't see that. You're okay there. It's not even a thumbnail. It's like a pinky nail. There we go. Horse fixing things on the fly. Is that horse? No. Matt 512 says horse.
Everyone's guessing
School
me.
just says horse. Yeah, David Berea. Homer Simpson.
That
Oh,
can't
we're
be
talking
anybody
dads.
else.
Let's see here.
Alvy's 12 kid. Larry thinks.
That's not Alvy's 12th kid. Gosh, I don't know, man. It doesn't even look like anyone familiar. Like, is this someone's face that we would know? Like, their face is on. Like, it's not Silk Bra.
It's such a cheesy smile.
All right, give me a hint. What part of the country?
I believe this person's from California, right, Liz?
The Pacific Northwest, right?
All right, is that Wells? That's Wells. Am I right?
It's not. No.
Oh, you said California. And then I heard Pacific. Ah, let's see here.
It's been said in the chat.
All right, so who got it right?
Matt got it right first.
Did you tell him the answers? Is it?
No.
It's not Haunted Horse. 512 Lumber said horse. Is that horse? Horse, is that you?
Yeah, it's me.
Ding! Oh, I didn't see
So
the
I
hair.
said California
Threw me off.
because that's where the picture was taken. I used to live
Oh
there,
my
but yeah,
God,
now I live here.
That's not a hint. That's like a decoy. That's like a. That's
Yeah,
like
well,
a deep,
I lived there for
that's
half
a
my
deep
life.
move, dude.
When that
Right, like,
picture was taken,
You
I was
already
in
saw me struggling over
Sacktown.
here, and you're like, "How can I make him struggle more?"
Yeah.
It's from California, asshole.
I was in Sacktown when that was taken. All
Now
right,
I
we
see
ready
it.
for another one?
What you need to do is you need to put some
let's
disco
go, let's
lights
go.
on.
Next one.
The next
A
one.
lot of the audience guessed me, by the way, which is surprising.
That's awesome. That's Aaron Rodgers. Seriously, is that Aaron Rodgers?
Oh,
I don't know who these people are because she sent them to me. They didn't have names, but I know who this is.
yeah.
I'm guessing by the A's hat, it's like Golden Baked Warrior or something.
Really?
Hold on a second. I got to take this phone call really quick. This is important.
Oh, Cody the Ragdoll says that's a cutie pie.
Dave? Did you forget?
Forget about what?
I asked you if you want to be on the Woodscopes tonight, and you're like, yeah. Now you're on. Now you're on live.
When did I be on it? Man, am I on the Woodscopes?
No, what you gotta do is you gotta go to the DMs and click on the Zoom link so we can put you on the show. And
Okay,
then you gotta watch videos with us. And then what else were we gonna do? We're gonna do
Crazy drunk.
stories.
Yeah.
shit. Okay, well, I've got a lot of those. I got a lot of
What a time to be alive. Oh, you're at a birthday party?
It ain't no 5-year-old birthday party, but no.
Oh my God.
Hey, Dave, are you able to do this, or should I find a replacement?
Live podcast.
Replace him. All right.
No, Amanda. Tell the
I don't know he's going to be able to see if he doesn't have a monitor, though.
This is the right. Hello?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello. Is this Mrs. Maria?
I'm from Greer. Duh.
Mrs. David and Maria. It's Maria, asshole.
Don't associate me with Maria. I'm from Greer.
Okay, whatever. You're Dave's wife. Okay, you're live on the Woodscopes right now, and everyone is listening to you right now.
I love that.
She loves that. Oh, maybe we want to have her on instead of Dave. No, so we
1,000%. I'm 100% funnier than him.
I already know that. I mean, talking to you for like 1 minute, not even. So here's the deal. We're gonna do. They're gonna tell Dave some stories, and he had a guess that the person in the story was drunk, stoned, or batshit crazy. And then we're gonna play some TikToks and watch his reaction before the person smacks their face on the floor or something. And he's like, I sent him a text today, and he's like, yeah, I'll do it. And here we are. It's getting ready. I just had an interview with Grant Napear, who's the voice of the NBA basketball team, the Sacramento Kings. And I said, Dave, watch for that to end, and then we'll pull you in. And here we are. I'm like, Dave, ready? And he's like, Dave's not here. I'm like, fuck. Dave and Berea. What a time to be alive, asshole.
You want me to get him on right now?
No, he's at a party. We'll get him next time. Dave.
What the hell is that smell? Oh, you know what? We're going by chicken plant right now. I apologize because in Greenville, South Carolina, there are real chicken plants in our lives.
That's awesome. All right, so I am gonna let you guys go. We're gonna continue the show, all right?
All right.
Thank you, Mrs. Dave and Berea. Tell Dave I love him. He knows that. I don't need to tell him. You tell him anyhow.
That was a chicken plant.
All right, bye-bye.
I have a feeling in North Carolina, chicken plants are actually
That's
something you
South
put in the
Carolina,
ground.
asshole.
They probably
All right.
plant chickens in the ground. Okay.
They probably do.
You probably
Potatoes in
do.
the trees. All right.
I've
So,
never heard of a chicken.
okay, we're looking
here we
at.
go.
This is not. Okay,
A
who is?
boy.
I suck at this game because these people don't even. Look.
Yeah.
All right,
at his
so
face.
I can't believe you can't guess this guy.
Really?
well, that's Tyler and Oshkosh.
There
dude.
it is. And I didn't even know, but you can tell by his face.
The white A threw me off because if it was a green G, hold on a second, we got to fix this. If it was one of these things, I would have known right away.
That is so Tyler.
Dude, the Packers play at like 9 a.m. on Sunday.
Yeah, they do.
All right, next photo.
Okay.
Let's see what we got.
Next.
I don't know those two. Nope. No Elwoods. that I know.
Oh my God.
All right, so now the audience has to guess between obviously
Matt, you cannot say anything.
the Wood brothers, right? One's on the left, one's on the right. Obviously.
Oh, those are
Audience.
brothers? I thought they were girls.
How do you hang up on the guy who hosted? I mean, who started the program? Okay, no. Okay, so you guys have to guess who's on the left and who's on the right. 512 on one end and 12 Wood on the other.
Who's who?
I say Matt's on the left. 12 Wood on the right. Matt in the dark shirt, 12 Wood in the lighter.
I want to see what people are saying.
Okay, yes, the twins. You have to say who is who.
Cody Ragdoll says twins. Yes. Okay. Obviously, it's the twins, but which one is the 12 and which one is the 512? Right.
Oh.
512 on the left. The Seawood says message out. Pool Dog can't make it tonight. I already asked him.
Any more guesses?
That's when they called 6 and 256 wood.
Larry.
Put twin 1 left, twin 2 right. Makmoda is the closest so far. Wait, who said? I don't remember who guessed already. I think Ryan said something. Can't believe you hung up on Ryan. How rude. Okay. Ryan says 512 on the left. We're gonna tell him if he's right or wrong.
That's what
on
I
your
said too.
Or my left.
Dark shirt is what I think Matt is. You're in the light shirt.
You guys know 512 Lumber is in the darker shirt and I'm in the lighter shirt.
Score.
Almost 100% sure on that. Hey, we got a sound drop. Nice.
Well, I can't drop those on Napier, so I had to save.
That is the truth.
You did drop one sound during the
No,
show.
that was because I was loading up a video and the audio started. Yeah, you heard that. Yeah, and then I muted the site.
How do we know?
Makmoda says, "How do you know?"
The reason I know this is because I've seen 5 bazillion photos of us as kids. And my brother has got like this. I don't know if you could blow that up, horse. Like, forget my face. Just blow it up over.
To the next one. Hold on. I can blow this up.
Oh.
I'm going to blow these kids up.
All right. Blow it up.
Hold up. Hold up.
He's got a rounded chin, right?
Well,
I don't know if it's
I think Matt's eyes are a little bit different. His eyes are different in his hair.
Yeah, he's kind of like the asshole you want to punch, right? Wait, did I say that? I'm kidding.
Stop. Okay.
Give him a hug.
His eyes are different.
He ain't heavy. He's my brother. All right.
And the hair, he's got bigger hair.
That's right. He does have bigger hair. Yep. There it is. I don't know. I'm almost certain that's the situation there. Lumber, are you in here? Did he go to bed? He has to go shoot away.
He's in here.
He guessed when my pick was up, so he's here. There he is.
He's gay. Why are you saying that, dude?
All right.
I guess you're not gonna say. I'll throw in the next photo and keep it big because I really can't.
All right. I'm working on it.
That's what she.
Yeah.
Did.
Okay. Next one.
Mm-hmm. There's a delay.
It's coming. There it is.
I should know this.
Oh my goodness. Look at that critter. That's a swell shirt too. Look at that shirt.
Problem is, I don't know who. I mean,
See,
if it's
there's
thousands of clones.
Is that Ryan in Sacktown?
Well,
that's what Jay and Humboldt thinks.
No.
Hold on. That's not Ryan because he's that photo's like 70s, right?
Caleb. It's not Caleb.
Oh, I think
so if Ryan's guessing, let's see here. Is the hair the same color still?
I don't think this is a clone.
I think I see the right
bacon.
answer.
It's bacon, dude. I should have known that. How old the photo is, you know?
That's
he's kind
bacon.
Yeah.
That's bacon. Yes.
Holy shit.
Bacon.
Damn.
Bacon.
Nice. Headstrom bacon. All right, you'll see this. It's up, but you guys will see it in a couple of seconds here. I gotta make this.
He was already playing.
I gotta crop this a little bit. Make it
bigger.
bigger.
My goodness.
Wells.
You gotta zoom in on that.
Oh yeah, he said it.
Wells. You know how I know? Not because of him, but because of the stuffed animal. He has that stuffed animal tattooed on his ass. I don't know how I know that.
I was gonna say what?
Yeah, he does.
No, he's got that. He still has that smile. That's how he smiles.
That's Wells, dude.
Oh, that's so Wellsy.
That is Wells. Holy shit.
Yep.
That's his tattoo right there. Oh my gosh, he still carries.
I have no idea on this one.
I know who that is. I know who that is. This is a photo from a movie, people. This is a photo from a legit Hollywood movie. Heavy. What's the fat kids? What's the fat camp? What's it called?
Never seen it.
What is the movie? the movie where these kids,
What?
the fat kids, go to camp? What's it called? Anyone?
The Goonies? I don't know.
Someone's going to say it in the chat. It's a fat camp.
Who else would that face belong to? Look at the attitude.
Someone said heavyweights. Tyler said heavyweights.
Yes, heavyweights. That's Dave and Berea.
Oh,
that's Dave.
Jay and Humboldt. Yeah.
Well, he does have a DA on his chest. He just doesn't have the VE.
Am I right?
Well, it says DA. I don't know.
That's correct.
Yeah.
Is that right?
This is actually from the movie. What's
Dave
really funny?
Oh, that's right. He was in a movie. That's right.
Yeah, he was a double on the movie in that what was it called? Heavyweights.
Heavyweights.
So what's funny is our boy Austin Huff he had a tweet out one day and he's like, it's like being a double in the Heavyweights movie. And I was like, dude, Dave and Berea was a double in the Heavyweights movie. And he's like, nah. And I was like, so I got them both in the DM together. And he's like, that was the most amazing thing ever. So that is Dave. I mean, what a time to be alive.
It's the kid on the right.
We're looking at the kid on the right.
I'll crop.
Oh.
That is Cody the Ragdoll. Silly blonde. Is that Liz?
That's what I guessed is Liz.
Liz. It's you and your brother.
Yep.
Yeah.
There's bro.
Yes. That's
I got
so cute.
3 in a row. I don't count the one that I was in because I need the answer.
What the heck was that?
All right. This one.
I love that picture.
That's a good photo.
Oh, I actually was spoiled on this.
That's so Ryan in Sacktown.
That's my brother. Oh my gosh.
Look at that guy. He's like, someday I'm going to be working side by side with Grant Napear.
Yep.
I'm going to be working. This is when Ryan started broadcasting.
Look at the 49ers hat, though. I like that.
Yeah,
Niner fan right there.
Seahawks fan.
He's a Niner fan. That's proof right there.
Look at that smile.
He's wearing Niner
Look
colors.
At that smile.
I love it. All right.
That's funny.
I think this is the last one.
That was the last one?
Now we're done. Yeah, it's
now
coming.
We're done.
It's coming.
Oh, this is that's is that Silly Blonde? Yeah. Am I right?
Oops. Hold up.
No.
Sizing.
Tyler says Silly. That's Bella B.
No.
I was joking about that, by the way.
There's other lady clones.
Who could it be? It's not Margot. It's not Marie.
That's what
it's not.
Oh,
Marie. Dude, it's Sarah T.
Is that Sarah T?
Matt got it.
Is that Sarah
Matt
T?
got it.
Who? Oh, Jana. Yeah.
Oh my gosh, I would have never guessed that.
No,
I didn't think she would play. I'd be like, Pool Dog would play, but I didn't know Jana would. That's crazy.
Sarah's a good guess too.
Love it.
Sarah did this on Twitter one time. I don't know if anyone remembers that. She's like, I want to get you guys send me your baby photos and I'll put them on Twitter. And she did that for like 2 days, and like no one was participating. She was getting pissed off. I was like,
is that it?
That was it.
That's it.
Wow.
You want me to show you some more baby photos of the Wood brothers? Lauren and Naples. That was not Lauren and Naples. Liz, that was cool. We got to do that again.
That was fun.
That was fun.
We'll make it. You got to go out there and get like 50 of them and then throw them up on this. We'll do like a multiple. We'll do like 4 names and 4 photos, and we got to draw lines matching the person. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like you didn't.
Yeah.
You could flip them over. You could like add some hue or some kind of tint so we can't tell if their hair is a certain color or their skin, and then we'll be like really thrown off. Like, I don't know.
By the way, congratulations, Liz, on still being awake. Thank you.
Thanks for doing that. Dave and Berea was supposed to go on before you would have fallen asleep for sure. Thanks for getting that together. I appreciate that. Adding a little content to the Woodscopes. The Woodscopes! It's Friday night. We got Grant Napear saying, if you don't like that, You don't like the Woodscopes. Halfway
is
through
nice.
saying that, I started laughing. I was like, I should have shut up. Now I can't record it. It's got my freaking laugh in the background. Freaking wood. All right, Liz.
A lot of people were talking about your shirt too. I like that shirt. That's like a very cool.
Matt and I both have the same shirt. I think my wife got us these. Where she works.
Is that denim?
I like.
Or does it just look like denim?
I like the dark.
It's
denim.
a Canadian tuxedo, dude. I got the denim on the bottom too. Psych. I'm wearing my pajamas. No one's ever gonna know. Oh wait. Now they know.
Yeah,
all right, Liz, you're the best. Thanks for doing that. You freaking rock. Unless you want to stay in and try and guess these drunk, stoned, or highs with us, or drunk, stoned, or crazies.
Oh, I might be in the chat.
All right.
The talky chalk. Okay.
Thank you very much. Appreciate you much. Bye-bye now.
Thanks, Liz.
I don't leave. I can't leave. How do I leave?
You want to stay?
No, kick me out. There we go.
There we go.
She's not even halfway done. Boom. She's gone. Horse, like, out of here. You just bucked her, dude. You're like, I said bucked with a B. Let's not get any rumors starting here.
Bah.
Let's not. All right. So now we got the Seawood in the house.
All right.
Seawood, are you in the waiting room still?
He is coming in. I'm efforting the Seawood.
Look at this guy in this Pit Vipers. What a goon.
I got to switch you guys, Mr. Green Screen. There we go.
Oh, wait. I got a text from Dave and Berea. He's like, asshole. He's here now. So, okay. Wait, how long ago did you send that?
He ain't in the waiting room.
Oh, that was before. Okay, never mind. What's up, Seawood?
What's up, 12?
How's life, man? Everything is on your shirt.
Oh, yeah. It's
Everything woke turns to shit. I've heard that saying before.
Yeah.
All right, we got Seawood in the house. You guys remember Seawood? He was a big part of the Woodscopes when the Woodscopes was a Periscope thing, and now it's kind of like he's going to be a big thing when the Woodscopes on the Twitch as much as we can. This is do we have to guess who this is? A B D E. I don't know.
Haywood.
What's up, dude?
Not much. How you doing?
I'm living life, talking to freaking famous broadcasters and,
nice glasses.
What most people do in their basement on Friday nights. Just call famous people and chill out.
Nice glasses, man. I like them.
Your glasses are almost, you got American flag ones though, right?
Yeah.
Nice. So, what do you think of Grant Napear?
I thought it was one of your best interviews you've done yet.
Dude, I didn't say anything. That's what's so good about it. I just said, "Here's the mic, dude. See you later." Freaking guy went on like, it's like having him read you an autobiography, right?
It kind of reminded me of a little bit of the old days when we were all in the basement hitting home runs. So it's good to see that again.
Yeah, dude, that was cool, man. And hopefully that opens doors for other people to come in. I freaking hate Twitch, but I guess Horse and I have plans. We're gonna try and see if we could get broadcasting on other platforms and seeing if that's gonna be more beneficial. I think YouTube might be something that's cool in the future. Maybe next time, Horse, right?
Absolutely.
He's got this thing called Restream that will just like put it all out in all the Facebooks, the is Instagram one of the options?
You know what? I don't know. I know Facebook. I mean, there's 24 options, I think. That one you always talk about, that D whatever, that's on there. D Live or whatever you talk about.
D Live. The one thing I fear is like when we play like that, like the basketball tonight, like someone's gonna sue me for like getting like playing scenes from the NBA.
No, you'll get a cease and desist, and we'll just have to recut it and then put it back up without that stuff on there.
And that song, the Twitch that we do for the anticipated train wreck, we have that song. I got permission from that. They mute it every time. Like, oh, it might be copyrighted, so we're just gonna do it because we think it might. Fuck you. Whoop.
Horace, I have reactivated the Woodscopes Facebook page, so get a hold of me. I can make you an admin, and you can add to that.
Sweet, we can stream it there too. Yeah.
Yep.
I know nothing about Facebook. I'm a Facebook idiot. I hate Facebook just because. Yeah. Okay. Anyhow, what's up, Seawood? You got some stories to share? Here's what we'll do. Before you share the stories, I'm going to throw this out to the chat. Do any of you guys want to come in here and try and guess with me and Horse on whether the story is someone who is drunk, stoned, or batshit crazy? It's usually Pooldock, but Pooldock had other plans tonight. So I asked Dave and Berea. Dave and Berea, I'll do it, asshole. Didn't show up. Kind of. He did.
His wife was funny.
Yeah. I don't want anything to do with Berea.
Tyler wants in.
Tyler, get Tyler in. Me, he says.
All right, hold up. I gotta get a link.
Makmoda says, I can't see it because it's all bad words. Hold on, I'm trying to sexual explicit. What? No, come on, just show me the freaking word, asshole. Show the message. I love that guy, dude. He should come in too. Let's get the potato in here.
Makmoda?
Yeah. Send him the link. If he comes in, he comes in. Let's do it. Ding, 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 ding. I used to have my little tape player, my little boombox next to my cell phone was the broadcast, and I'd have my little tape player, and I'd be playing Van Halen.
Hey, the way your green screen is, you can actually touch his shoulder now. You kind of overlap. Yeah, you can poke him.
How did you do that?
Oh, now you're going off the screen. But if you poke his arm, it'll stay on the screen. There you go. You can bug him.
Lean in, dude. All right, we got Tyler in yet?
I'm efforting. They've got links. I'm just waiting for them to click on
every time
links.
I type the word efforting in Twitter, it says this word doesn't exist.
Yes.
Okay.
That is a
Maybe
Rome word.
Something our clones only use. All right. What do we got? We got
I'm taking a 30-second potty break while I wait for these idiots.
You can't leave now.
I can. You guys
Who's gonna let them in?
Talk.
All right. So Seawood's in the house.
Piss bucket like Buffalo.
All right, okay, let's go back to the Grant Napear. Here's the question I have, because it's probably the reaction from everyone watching the show right now had the same reaction I had. I started reading stories about this guy, and I'm like, this guy is a freaking champ. Like, working for $5 an hour and broadcasting, going to like courtrooms with cameras on his shoulders, and then driving back to New York, and then doing this for another. Yeah, I got to raise $6 an hour. I'm going to drive all the way cross country for this every weekend. Who does that? And then he goes to the wedding, and then he gets his dream job because of going to a freaking wedding in someplace in Ohio. What did you kind of get that same vibe, Chris?
I mean, $5 an hour back then was probably a lot different than $5 an hour today.
Absolutely, but
it's just his passion and his pursuit of what made him happy. To use some big words from some important documents, the pursuit of happiness. He made it. He did what he had to do, and he got his job, and he was quite successful at it. Fast forward all those years, and he got caught up in the cancel culture, and he was a sacrificial lamb, and all the things that he was involved with probably turned to shit afterwards.
I really hope we get to a day where someone says that guy needs to be on the sidelines again and just hires him.
But that's not going to happen because there's
that's
people
why I said the word hope, and that someone will, because if we were able to change to a point where we are so easily offended 2 years ago, maybe we'll get to a point where we're all stronger, where we have stronger mentalities in this country. And we're like, there's going to be a time and someone's going to say, screw it. Let the guys say, if you don't like that, you don't like NBA basketball. Oh, boy. That's my best imitation.
What did Jay stand up?
Tyler sideways.
Tyler,
turn your audio off. Tyler,
turn your audio off, and then turn your camera twice.
Tyler, turn your audio off.
Oh my
and then
gosh.
Yeah, we got that hard echo going.
Let's see. Can we get someone really drunk in Green Bay area to come on? Ding, 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 ding. Already done.
area to come on.
We're trying something different there.
Hey, flip it back. Now try it. Now try it. Now try it. Now try it. Can you hear me?
Not through the headset though. Hey, there it goes. What the hell is going on here? Hold on.
This is your first time using the computer?
No shit, right?
That's funny. Okay, so Seawood is going to read some stories to us, and you have to guess if the person in the story is drunk, stoned, or batshit crazy. You ready for this, Tyler? Me versus you and haunted double a horse, okay?
Let's do it.
Okay, so 12 explained it just fine. If you win a Woodscopes t-shirt and 3 t-shirts that you want a shirt?
I want the shirt.
You have a shirt.
Just give me the answers. Text them to me, dude. Text me the answers.
I lost your number.
All right.
Or you get 3 anticipated train wreck t-shirts. So
nice.
I'm just kidding.
Forgot to announce that show and Horses shows. You guys, Horses shows every Friday when Woodscope's not on, and then he has like some watering hole thing on some Wednesdays or something with Ryan, and then he also has some turn back.
Just
something.
plug the website; they can find it all there.
Just go to the website. You type it in.
HollywoodRejects.com.
Thank you. HollywoodRejects.com. You can find the links to all of these shows, and then Woodscopes once a month or whenever we can, and then the train wreck every other Saturday night. All right, as you were, Chris.
Ready? All right. First one. Excuse me. A man from Kansas, not Nebraska.
Stoned.
No.
Okay.
A Kansas man has been charged with joyriding, but the ride was everything but joyful. Police say a guy named Dustin Slocum climbed onto the back of a semi-truck and trailer and started off in Wichita.
Normal.
He rode the back of the semi-truck for 130 miles down I-35. The operator finally stopped in Oklahoma after drivers got him to pull over. Police say several drivers called 911 when they saw Slocum on the back of the truck. When he was asked why he was riding on the back of the truck, Slocum said he was looking for his wife. Was he drunk, high, or stupid?
You mean batshit crazy?
High.
Crazy works too.
Well, I am gonna go with Stone because you said Kansas, and all I could think was meth. So
drunk is definitely drunk.
Jay says high. Ryan says drunk.
Yeah, Jay says high. Ryan says drunk. And we'll give it another minute. Yeah, okay. Give me your reasons why you think he's drunk. You said drunk, Tyler. Is that what you said?
Yeah, he's drunk. Well, well, they're drunk and crazy go together sometimes. But high, I can see the high side too. But he's just drunk. He's just drunk.
Would he be able to hold on for hundreds of miles if he was drunk?
He could if he was crazy.
He's holding on to the back of the semi, like right? Like he's got the hand on one, like he's got his feet on the bumper. Is that how you're saying he did it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, just imagine going down the interstate like in the winter in the Midwest like that.
Yeah. Was it in the winter?
No, it was recently, but
okay. All right. Was he
still?
Yeah.
Was he naked?
Was he naked?
Asking for a friend. Jay says nuts. Okay. That Parody Larry said method up. I'm thinking that's meth up. Okay, meth up serial killer. Okay, he's a serial killer too now all of a sudden. Okay.
Yeah.
So this dude from Kansas was drunk. Tyler gets the point.
Nice. Oh my gosh, Tyler. Takes one to no one.
Speaking of having another drink.
Okay, let's put this out there. I'm sure everyone knows everyone here. Tyler and Oshkosh, your Twitter handle?
At Osh Tyler.
Osh Tyler. Seawood, your Twitter handle.
_C_Wood.
And then Haunted 00 Horse, right? Like zeros, not O's.
At Haunted 00 Horse.
Zero. Do it again.
At Haunted 00 Horse.
Zero.
Right? 2 zeros in the middle. Yes, Haunted
right,
00 Horse.
All right.
Next
story. Wait, what's the score? Oh, I got a scoreboard. Hold on. Tyler wins. Tyler won. Jeff, or 12, sorry. 6. And Horse 0. All right.
Double zero.
Double zeros. All right.
Next one, this guy's name is Joshua Murray. He's from Connecticut. He was going into a Family Dollar and held the door open for 2 women. Seems like a pretty nice thing to do, right? He got so upset when the women would not thank him for holding the door open. Murray pulled out his handgun and pointed at them and threatened them along with other customers in the store. Was Murray batshit crazy, drunk, or high?
Dude, he was probably going like this 100 times. Wait, you not thanking me for holding the door. Guy was freaking stoned. He was high as a kite.
Well, just think of that. The next time you hold the door open for somebody holds the door open for you and you don't say thank you,
you could get capped in the head.
You could get shot.
Rat-tat-tat-tat, like this and like that, and
I mean, if that happened in Chicago, it makes sense. But this is Connecticut.
Connecticut,
crazy.
Well, I mean, Connecticut, you got a lot of crazies in New York. It's an easy drive there, I think. So
Aaron Hernandez is from Connecticut, so it could happen.
There you go. So I'm saying stoned. Horse,
crazy.
Tyler, drunk.
He was drunk. He was drunk. I mean, he was like a little drunk. Like, hey.
Wait, are we having the same answers every time? Did I say stoned last time? I did. I said
drunk.
methed up, and then Horse. Did you say crazy last time?
No, I said high last time. This time
Okay.
crazy.
All right, so I said hi. We both said hi last time. Okay. See. Oh wait. What's everyone saying in the chat?
Ray, Ryan says hi. Ray says hi.
Well, hello, guys. Oh, I get it. Okay, they weren't saying hi. They were saying hi. Okay.
Not hello. Hi.
All right, nice dad joke. No, this dude was just crazy.
Yes.
What?
All right, fucking Horse. God damn it. Who invited this guy?
I still have 0 points though. I'm sure.
No, you got 1. 12 Woods got 0.
Are you
Tyler's
nuts?
got 1.
That guy was.
I don't like this game. Who wanted to play this game in the first place? This stupid game. I don't like playing this stupid games. What? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm a good sport. He was batshit cray, says Parody Larry. Faux show. Faux shizzle.
Nice.
There we go.
All right, you ready for the next one?
Seawood is ready for number 3.
All right,
Number 3.
All right, so this guy's name is Jeremiah Taylor, 33, from Teller County, Colorado. Apparently, Jeremiah stole a marked police car. It happens. 30 minutes later, Taylor responded to a call in the police car that he stole. He responded to a domestic violence call.
Oh, shit.
I know.
As you should. I mean, you have the car. You can go fast and turn the lights on. Anyway.
Here I come to save the day.
When you just imagine though showing, you call the cops and the guy shows up in regular clothes in a cop car.
He shows up drunk.
You ever see that shithead who like hijacked the airplane in like Seattle? It was like, well, he plummeted to his death, so I shouldn't laugh. But the guy's like, I just wanted to do a barrel roll as he's talking to the command. Horse, that was in your area, right?
Yeah, the guy was, I think it was a maintenance person. He climbed in while he was doing work. And now because of that, they lock the cockpits when they're doing that kind of stuff. Yeah. He was doing loop-de-loops and shit with a 737.
Yeah, we should show videos. I'll tweet that out.
So when the other officers arrived, this dude fled. They spotted him 2 hours later, and then he led officers on a high-speed chase.
He was chasing himself.
He got arrested. So this Jeremiah guy, was he drunk, high, or batshit crazy?
Well, I mean, I want to hear about the end of it a little bit more, like how he got arrested. But did he crash? Did they take him out?
When they frisked him, did he have needles in his pocket?
He had a blood alcohol level of 0.09.
Tyler's saying drunk. I already know the answer to that, and I'm saying stoned again. And the horse is going.
I'm saying drunk. So I'm picked all three now.
Ooh, I'm going drunk again. He was drunk.
All right, let's see what the chat says. Fleeing sounds high.
Ray says
drunk. Nope. Supposed to be Ryan. Okay, Ryan says crazy. That must have been the last story because Ryan already answered. No, wait, Ryan? Okay, I gotta take out my glasses.
No, that's a new one.
Cindy says
Ryan
hi.
has
Cindy
crazy.
says hi.
That's for this one.
All right.
Parody Larry says he ended up at the Lorelei.
Hey.
All
right.
So the answer is this guy was drunk.
Fucking A. I hate this game.
Woohoo! That's 2 for me.
You guys are tied 2-2, and what's that 12 would have? Fucking nothing.
Ray, one of the options is not racist. It's not drunk, high, crazy, or racist. We can add that.
What? Did you say racist? No, Ray says. Ray says. What? Who said racist? I'm confused right now. Maybe I'm high. Am I high?
There's another angle to this game that I could play that was called White, Drunk, or Mexican, or White, Black, or Mexican, but I decided not to.
Yeah, that's not.
Yeah. So
I got to call into my boss's office on Monday.
Podcast with Chris with the C-Wood. We're gonna have the Woodscopes on a late night party at 4 a.m. We're gonna share the racist jokes. All right, just joking.
All right, next one.
Fire away.
All right, so this one's out of Queens, New York. The police were left puzzled on who pulled off a Valentine's Day robbery. Why? Because the thieves had been dressed like cops, and they wore high-quality movie masks like you would wear in a movie to all look like the pro wrestler Goldberg. The police were
Goldberg on the screen. Put Goldberg on
put Goldberg up there, yes.
I don't know who Goldberg is. I'm probably the person here.
I know who Goldberg
Listen, Tyler is like...
Tyler's drunk. That's my guess for him. Tyler's not crazy. He's not high. He's drunk.
Right? He jizzed in my pants.
So,
I don't know why I did the Batman voice for that. I'm Batman, and I jizzed in my pants. All right.
That's what Goldberg sounds like.
So police were finally able to track down the purchases. They connected some dots. They arrested the people. But were these people batshit crazy, drunk, or high?
This sounds like it was like planned. You know, like this wasn't like thought up in like fight. Okay, hey, what are you guys doing? Nothing. Why? I was thinking about dressing up like Goldberg. That's Goldberg on the screen.
Yeah.
He looks like is that C-Wood?
An older Goldberg.
So they all dressed like this guy in cop outfits. So Goldberg in cop outfits. How many? There was like 8 of them, 4 of them. Does it say how many?
Multiple. I can't get into too many details because it'll give the answer away. But
all of these guys were batshit crazy. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, if it was Goldberg, he's not drunk. He's either on something or he's crazy. He's probably crazy. He's a wrestler. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, cool. Yeah, wrestlers are crazy. He's crazy.
I'm crazy for feeling so lonely. That's my Willie.
It's Patsy Cline.
Crazy. I can't do freaking dude. We're doing Willie, all right? We'll do it live. We'll do it live. Willie live. I'm crazy for feeling so lonely.
All right, so I got two crazies. Horse.
Crazy. Wait, are you calling me crazy, bro? You want you don't want none of this.
Yeah, it's almost like it's got to be crazy because they had to spend some time getting this ready to go. I mean, you're drunk or you're high would not last long enough. Maybe.
Who's in
crazy.
Chat? Someone tell us what's with this racist chat in here. Let's stop with the racist chat. Jay and Humboldt. I'll whoop your ass, Mike.
Yeah, stop ruining our show.
Yeah, this is all of you booted. Done. Gone. Look at that. I just booted everyone. Wait, that was our audience. Bring them back. Bring them back.
No, they were crazy. You guys put the pieces of the puzzle together. That's right.
Well, Ryan, you were wrong then. I was right. I finally got a point, but only when you guys got a point too. Fucking mother of shit. Fucking God.
All right, what's the score?
Stupid. That's dumb. I lost track, dude. Okay, who cares?
I got 3. I don't know what they got.
All right, Tyler.
No, I had 4. I had 4 the whole time.
Tyler has 3. Horse has 3, and 12wood has 1.
All right, so I guess
Where's Bulldog to mark that shit down? Who's got the pen and paper?
Bulldog gives people points just based off of like we'll do it live. Crazy.
All right. Ready for the tiebreaker?
Before we go any further, Tyler, I want to hear your Willie Nelson doing crazy.
Wait, what?
Crazy. I'm crazy for feeling so lonely. Okay, as we were. Horse.
What?
You do the Willie Nelson.
Willie Nelson.
Or do Patsy Cline. I don't care. Do either one.
Karaoke. I'm crazy. That's a cross between. I have no idea.
All right. Let's take it.
Don't do this to me.
See what?
Yo, ready?
You gonna choose Patsy Cline or Willie Nelson?
Neither.
All right. Read your damn story then.
All right, so this is a tiebreaker, I take it.
Yeah, not for me. I quit.
Not for you. All right. So this next story comes from out of Vatican City. So a priest in Vatican City was caught by their local police in the middle of an orgy.
What?
Apparently the neighbors
was there butt stuff?
No butt stuff.
Okay, very good.
We have a no butt stuff policy here on the Woodscopes, dude. Don't worry about that.
So apparently neighbors were sick and tired of the noise and a steady stream of young men visiting the priest's apartment all night.
This is getting dark.
Could have been some butt stuff.
Could have been some butt stuff.
According to the Swiss Guard, they arrived mid-orgy with a group of nude men rolling around on the floor. They arrested the priest and they sent him to a convent somewhere in Europe to repent his sins.
Oh my god!
Was relieved of his position at Vatican City. Were these people batshit crazy, drunk, or high?
Drunk.
That's
dude.
drunk.
Catholics. They're Catholics. They're drunk.
Yeah, they're on the wine or batshit crazy. Batshit crazy.
What'd you say, Horse?
I said drunk. That sounds drunk.
Ryan says drunk. 12wood says drunk. Horse says drunk. Tyler says crazy. Too much juice. Yeah, dude. Oh, dude. Oh, come on. That stuff's coming out of my ears. Hey, okay. I'm not gonna read that, Parody Larry. I'm not gonna read that.
Are you nuts?
Crazy. They're drunk, dude.
The answer is everybody there was high.
What?
Yep.
Wow.
PCP? Like, what the hell are they high
This was
on?
a field party of orgy gay party of a priest and young boys, and they were all.
Oh, now I get it. Yeah, they
coked
were
out
all
or
on that
whatever.
ecstasy.
Maybe they're ecstasy. Yeah,
ecstasy, or those loving drugs.
It's crazy. Okay, because I grew up in a Catholic school myself. Every parent in that diocese got together. I mean, like they got together on Saturday nights, just got loaded, and then Sunday morning they'd be shaking hands and act like nothing on Sunday morning. It's everyone did. That's why I just assumed, Catholics, they drink the communion wines and stuff like that.
Is that the school that Ben Dover went to?
Yes, bend over faggot. If we're gonna be racist
Fauché,
and homophobic,
yeah, Fauché.
But yeah, to be honest, that was the guy's name, so I'm not.
So we have a tie.
Yeah, because no one got it right.
That's right.
See what's gonna make out with his doggy.
She's interested in what's happening.
That looks like your dog would.
I was gonna say you could do like a switch dog transition.
Doesn't it? Doesn't. I mean, it's got the same color fur. It's probably close to the same size.
Okay, here's the tiebreaker question.
All right.
Do you know the question of 12 Woods? Do you know the question of 12 Woods' two dogs, or the name of 12 Woods' dogs?
Yeah, Dum Dum and what's he call him? Dum Dum and.
All right. Okay, so the nicknames: Big Fat Dum Dum, and the Pretty Precious. She's so cute. She's a precious girl. That's a good puppy.
What's the dog's real name?
The male dog is where Chris is going because he kind of likes the name.
But you can't guess the name. So what's the name of my dog? The clue is 12 Woods' dog's name. What's the name of my dog?
Is it the
Frederick
same lines?
Elwood the third?
Aaron Rodgers.
No, one of your dog's name is Maverick, right?
Maverick
Goose.
McLean.
Yours is Goose.
Maverick McLean.
My dog is a girl.
Your dog's name is Brady.
Nope.
Brady Gronkowski.
If you're thinking of Maverick.
Goose?
Michelle Pfeiffer?
No, it was what's Kelly McGillis. But I don't know her Charlie.
That's
Call sign Charlie.
Northwinds.
Our dogs named her. We both have dogs named after Top Gun stories.
Maverick and Charlie.
This is Charlie.
Nice.
If you ever get another dog, name it Goose. We'll have the whole set.
No, the dog will die.
Yeah, Goose dies.
Well, our dogs are gonna die, dude. Sorry.
I mean, he died before his time.
That was morbid.
That new Maverick movie was awesome, by the way. I'm just saying.
I feel like there was something I was going to add to this batshit crazy story you were just sharing. I already did. Oh yeah, I was. What Spotlight? Have you guys ever seen the movie Spotlight? That's with Michael Keaton. It won an Oscar, I think, best movie of the year or something like that.
I have not seen it.
Okay, so it's a story about this the Boston Globe, and there is a division in the newspaper. Boston Globe is the newspaper, right? Am I getting that right? Sounds right. Okay, so anyhow, so they had a section that posted a story once a week or once a month or something like that called the Spotlight. It's a true story, and Michael Keaton's one of his assistants is like, we gotta tell the story about the Catholic, the priest and the hierarchy of the church in this area. And that's a big, Boston's like all big into the Catholicism. They're sweeping pedophilia under the rug, so they ended up making the story was hard because like the church was very involved in the newspaper and they were going to lose a lot of money. And so like, don't do the story. And there was threats and stuff like that. So make a long story short, at the end of the movie, they said since this story came out in the Spotlight in whatever 1990 something, all of these priests have been caught. What? Look at Tyler. I'm looking at Tyler. He's like getting into the story. Like, yeah, priest. Okay. So all these. Okay, so they're
blasted.
As they're like page after page after page of priests who were like swept under the rug. They just move into a different diocese, or I don't know what they call them, different areas. So if you were busted for raping a kid in wherever, like Kentucky, they moved you to Colorado, right? And my brother says that one of the priests from the school I went to was in that list, but it was before I was there. It was before he was actually there, but it was like, oh my gosh. Yeah, the list was so long, it wouldn't shock me if everyone who heard the story or watched that movie knows someone who knows one of the guys. That's how thick it is. Yeah. Now I just brought the mood way down. Crazy. I'm crazy for feeling. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying.
The queen is a twat.
Well, Haunted Horse wins the game.
Like,
he won the tiebreaker.
Why does Haunted Horse win the game?
Because I had the most points.
And he got the tiebreaker.
Bullshit. Yeah,
So,
where's
Horse,
Bulldog to give it? I had the extra
we will
Green
only
Bay
give Horse a shirt if Horse gives us a shirt.
You've got shirts.
You didn't give it to me, asshole.
Well, you got one.
Well, you get one.
Mike and Indy is a fan of the show, and he bought 11 or 12. I forget now. Not 12. That's a dumb number. 11 shirts for my fans.
Shut his feet off. Oh, that's him.
12, where's your hat?
Shut up, dummy.
I decided not to wear a hat tonight. I was going to stir it up a little bit. But Grant comes in. We're in the waiting room before the show. And Grant comes in, and the very first thing he says, "Nice sunglasses. What are you going, skiing?"
This is my
like I'm 12 with that.
By the way, did you see? I don't know if you were watching the feed, but I found a picture of him wearing those glasses, so I put it up there.
You wait. Grant was wearing the Pit Vipers?
Yes, it's his Facebook profile pic.
Oh my gosh. Maybe he was skiing.
Might have been.
Maybe.
We got 8 minutes. What are we going to talk about for 8 minutes?
No,
we had
wanna say
TikToks.
Grant Napear.
Are we not doing TikToks?
Oh, I forgot about the TikToks. No,
there's the
let's
picture, dude. There's the
Let's
picture.
see those because momentum is dying here. So
You'll see it.
Those are normal sunglasses, bro.
Oh, come on.
No, those are
Those are not
Horse.
fucking Pit Vipers.
Oh, they aren't?
Horse. God.
You don't know shit about shit, asshole. Blow it up. I want to see him.
It's getting. You're right. They go up over the nose. Well, yours do too.
Those are not those. Those are just normal. You get those at any gas. These are magical. I bet you didn't know that. They're magical. I haven't paid for a meal since I bought these glasses. I haven't. Every restaurant I go to, like
You wore that pair of sunglasses when Russell Wilson started to suck. Seattle dumped his ass and they didn't score any touchdowns
Boy,
at
he
Lambeau Field.
Russ sucks. That's all I know.
Yeah, that's the game we went to last year.
Yes. And Russell
Dude,
Wilson.
I've seen Russell Wilson twice at
garbage.
Lambeau times. The first time he threw 5 interceptions in one game. That's a whole season for Aaron Rodgers and Tom Brady right there.
Yep. And that was awesome. They didn't score a damn point that day. Sorry.
See, are you still a Patriots fan?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or are
They suck,
you?
though.
So I thought maybe you were going to go towards being a Tampa Bay fan now that Brady's
I'm
gone.
a Tom Brady fan for life. But hey, we should see if we can get him or Giselle on the next Woodscopes talk about their
Get them both on. That'd be easy.
Let's do marriage counseling.
Marriage counseling with Woodscopes. That's awesome.
It's not a bad idea. We could probably we've talked about doing that sort of stuff. Like just find 2 random people that have differences and get them on the show, and we can figure it out for them.
Let's do. Okay, I'll call him. I got his phone number. Don't worry about it.
I bet you Napier has his phone number.
He has Aaron Rodgers' phone number, I'm sure. We're not going to do the TikToks tonight because we're going to save those for the next episode. I think I said we have 4 minutes, but we're 25 minutes past. We were supposed to end 25 minutes ago. So yeah, let's save them for the next episode. I don't know who we got yet. We got Horse. Your screen is on now.
Yeah.
Look at him. Okay, I am going to end the show right now. You guys, thanks for coming in. There's still 16 of you guys watching. I don't know if there's still 16 or just people forgot to shut off their phones. I'm cool with that. Leave your phones on until the show's over. You guys check out the Haunted Horse Show on Friday nights. And I'm not, dude, just go to the freaking website, the
HollywoodRejects.com.
Or just go to Haunted 00 Horse on Twitter. And then see, what are you doing anything on social media these days? I know one time you were talking to a potential governor and you got like 1 million hits on that one.
So I've been talking to a guy that's a major political columnist or
columnist,
not communist.
Communist.
He's an author. He wants more money than Sheriff Clark wanted. So that ended.
Okay. Yeah.
There's a couple. And then
we
I
almost got Sheriff Clark and he's like, yeah, I'll do it. And then when he's like beating around the bush about money, I'm like, dude, I don't have money. Okay.
Yeah.
And then I didn't hear from him again.
Yeah. I didn't hear back from this guy. And then there's a couple people from Live PD that I've talked to that said they would come on, but the problem is that they got to get permission from their departments to do it. And that's kind of hard for them to do right now. So
yeah. Live PD guys telling stories. Yeah. All right, we'll get some action going on. I want to get if you guys know of people out there that would be a good story, let me know. I think we want to get. I know Brother Bill says he would do it again when the Patriots what do you call it? The Packers and the Bills play each other this year. We're gonna go head to head and we'll give him some ideas for a video. That guy was dope. I like that guy a lot. I have a comedian that said he would do it, but we haven't really discussed a date yet. So, Horse, you might have to cancel one of your episodes to a different week.
That works.
All right. And
flexible.
then depends on
I heard Dave Chappelle's flexible.
Dave Chappelle, yeah. Thanks for dreaming big, dude. I appreciate that. It could happen. Hey, not overnight, but I look over at Tyler. He looks like he's about to laugh.
he's all.
He's a giddy one.
Hey, you guys want to be on DJ Haunted Horse tomorrow night? I'm doing a Saturday show, but I'm going to bring in Zoomers. Anyway, think about it.
I'm ready to DJ right now, Haunted Horse. Like, I'm just so giddy. This is awesome. The Woodscopes was awesome tonight. Grant Napear fucking was amazing.
That was great.
I want to get your input on that too.
Geeking out.
Good.
Like,
let's lay it out there. I'm gonna put this out here really quick. Obviously, okay, so there is the jungle, there are the clones, and then there's the JTP, right? And the JTP thinks they are all the clones. Like they're all of Jim Rome's fans. All the 600 people in the JTP think they are all of Jim Rome's fans. And then they get this collective like, oh, Grant Napier's on. Oh man, he doesn't read my tweets. He's the worst. And then like he actually comes on, and I'm one of those few people. See, I like guys who could tell a story. Like people hate what's his name? Bill Ryder. I like Bill Ryder. People didn't like. I can list others, and I typically like the ones that people don't like. I keep my mouth shut about it. Grant Napear is one I've always liked, and I know that the guy probably has one of the larger followings in the jungle than any of the talk show hosts that come in, because he has a good following. He could tell you a sports story and make it like give you the details so good. And I always admire that about the guy. And for Ryan and Sacktown to say, hey, do you want Grant Napear? I'm like, please, dude, you don't know Grant. And then, yeah, he knows Grant. They talk to Grant. They talk to each other all the time. And then I get him on those clips. I'm like, let's do it. So I'm glad we did. Grant Napear was a classy, just a gentleman and a scholar. He had some great stories. I can't wait to see him on this show again, and hopefully maybe again in the jungle. Hopefully that's not a done deal. If it is, that's a shame. But to each his own, really. Thanks for coming in and watching this, guys. Yes, and W-Beb. I think you mean Brian Weber. I like Brian Weber too. But you guys, I love all you guys. Thanks for coming in. I don't know when we're doing our next show. It could be 2 weeks from now. It could be a month from now. I don't know. We'll let you know. Stay tuned. Watch our Twitter feeds and we'll let you know. Love you guys. Mwah.